love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stare, just look up, don't stare. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stare, just look up, don't stare.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are back at the lab. This time, we're at another ring, of course. This time, it's the Lausitzring DTM circuit, of course. This course consisting of 12 corners. It goes along the tri-oval outlet of 3, I guess, along the front straight and deep into the infield. Into turn 1. Turn 1 that's going to be catching people off guard with its closing radius. But enough being said, let's see what's going on in the championship standings. A lot of things got shooken up last time we were out. A couple of DNFs from people that should have been higher up in the field. Accidents going one way or the other, but this is going to be a 5-round season, so points will come, points will go, and especially with the reverse grid, things will come and go regularly. But looking at the driving standings right now, we have Kwas with a commanding lead in first place with 97 points. iKong not too far behind with 70 though. Battling Huck in third with 56. Bearded in fourth place with 53. Jay Styles with 50. Andrew with 50 as well in sixth place. Farina in seventh place. Ben B in eighth. Aurora Nathan B rounding out the top 10. Chewbacca also tied for, that's 9th through 11th tied from Ben, Aurora, and Chewbacca. So that's going to keep on going for the rest of the championship. F1, 12, Yaba, Doc Logic, Riot, Postal, Misha, Min Max, Rupert, Landry, Toby Maguire. Toby Monroe, not Toby Maguire, down in 20th place. Rev in 21, Van Hammersley in 22, FFX2 in 23rd, 24th going to Scott, and 25 for the Kerbal King. Qualifying just getting going. Sorry for the kerfuffle there, folks. I got everybody called out. I believe I did, but most importantly, I wanted to talk about, I think that's Bearded, who lost out with the DNF in race 2, heat 2, but being the victor here was Kong, actually, with his podium in race 2, heat 2. So, like I said, points coming and going, maybe just not the way that the drivers expected them to go. Everybody getting their out laps under them now. A couple of people grouped up towards the start of this lap, though. I'm not sure if getting the slipstream early on is really the right plan, as we see someone already off through 11 now. Easy to do it on the cold tires. But Bearded already getting to business. A 38 on an out lap, just not wasting any time to generate heat in those tires and try to get one early on. While we have the moment to do so, let's see if we can ride along with Bearded and get a good view what this lap really is like here at the ring. So he's coming around T10 right now. That's the pit entry off to your left. So super early here. You want to set yourself up for 11 over the curb. Ooh, patient on the throttle. No! He lights up the rear end just as soon as the words came out of my mouth. And he's pushing to the line. Turn 11 is going to be behind him now. Now, where is he braking? Kind of around the 120. I'm not sure he's on the brakes enough. He cuts a little bit extra of turn 1, it looks like. Making it way through the S's now. Really straightened it out through there. And as he approaches T5 and on the back straight, he's really got to be patient again. Yep, he is. Punches it to the wall. Goes deep and straightens it out as much as possible for T6 now. Coming back to this deep 180 to the curb. Keeps it tucked into the left-hand side for this carousel now. Scoots kind of right across the apex. Points to the green stuff, but don't touch it. Don't want to lose that on the top speed. Breaking it around the 100 board now for another hairpin. Opens up on exit. You can push harder on the exit than Bearded did there, but he stays to the left, comes across the track now, sets himself up for the 75 board, breaks in for 10, goes a little deep, isn't set up optimally for 11 though. Shed off a little bit more speed than he needed to. Super patient on the throttle this time, a little jerk of the steering wheel to make sure it stayed beneath him, and he's going to be pushing to the line. I think this is going to be good enough to improve on, but not for pole, that's for sure, as he goes 6th. Oh. Thank you for calling me out, and there's the game sound to boot. This is why we pay you the bucks. I'm bound to have an accident back at the lab. Surprised it didn't happen sooner. 33 coming out for Kwas already. 33.8 there. Jay Styles with a 34.3. Huck Farrell, 34.4. Oh, Ben B's going to try to go faster now. On an out lap for him. I think he's definitely got the pace to go into the 35s at least. Oh, look at Min-Max into the 35.5s as well. That'll definitely be good for above the mid-pack, I think. Might be one of his best finishes of the season so far. Or best starts, I should say, if that stays true. Long qualifying yet to go. Almost 14 minutes left. 13:40. As Min-Max goes back to the pits, bearded with a purple sector 1. Going into the 134s and a 134.8 for Riot right behind him. 4th and 5th being decided as we talked about it. Man, these times are awfully close. I didn't think all these guys would be able to get into the 34s. I thought that mid-35s were going to be the ceiling. Proving me wrong yet again. Oh, FFX2 with the livery tonight. Hello. UK Cancer Research badged, but look at that beautiful paint to boot. My goodness, what a tribute to the Research Foundation. Beautiful paint scheme. Absolutely gorgeous. Just caught my eye from the second I looked at it. FFX2 with the FFX on the side. Heineken Searchlight. Don't think I didn't get caught up in the details. Wowza. Sparko also. Man, oh man. Oh! There's another one on the front. Oh, it's a butterfly. It's a Canadian flag butterfly. What other Easter eggs are on this thing? Oh, there's one on the back. One on the back. It's an awesome livery. Good to see you, Skip. Thanks for hanging out. I just can't get over this. Screw qualifying. I'm just gonna look at this for the rest of the session. Man, oh man. Wonderful job, FFX2. What a beautiful livery for the UK Cancer Research. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Getting back to what I kind of do or am supposed to do. Catching accidents, catching the spins. Nathan B have an excursion on the track trying to grab our attention, and he did. Back in 11th place for him, he did fairly well the last 2 rounds. I'm sure that pace will come to him as the race goes on. Maybe Nathan being the patient driver and winning out on those race 2 reverse grids that have been so exciting for us to watch. Farina into the 35s now. 35.7 for him as he had a little excursion somewhere on track. You look at what Farina's been up to for now. Live timing saying Min-Max going faster right now on his personal best. through Sector 2. Is that going to put him on the field? Loses out on Sector 3, it looks like. Those soft tires must be melting from underneath him. I wonder how many laps he's going to be able to do consecutively. And that set of tires, 9 minutes remaining and some change, so he'll have time to go back in and give it another shot if he wants. More 34s, the 33 is out there. Knocking on the door is the Huckster. That's Farrell for you. 34-2. Just pipped out Jay Styles. Ben B right there, 35 flat. He's looking to jump into the 34s himself. Looking at min-max though. Off to Farina. Personal best in Sector 1. Loses out a little bit in Sector 2 and throws away that lap. Back to FFX2. Personal best in Sector 1. 37.3 for him. That is quite fast. Faster than some of the guys in front, that's for sure. All the way up to 9th, it looks like. Can he keep it put together? Sector 2 doesn't look as good, obviously. But what does his exit look like out of 12 and onto the straight? Maybe he's got a lot less aero and up to 14th for now. Very close to Postal in 13th. Less than a 10th separating them. And less than half a second pulling into F1. Looking at Bearded though, purple Sector 1, a good Sector 2 out of him. That might be able to put him in front of Jay Styles at the line. It does. Jay Styles in the pits, just watching it go by in front of him. Maybe he's saving his stamina for the race. We've got a lot of racing left to go. 2 big old races. 1 reverse grid, so you're going to be working that wheel quite a bit. Maybe qualifying doesn't mean as much as the energy does for Jay Styles. Still looking FFX2. I think that's another personal best in the Sector 1 for him. He's moving, not quite his personal best, but it's close. There it is, the green Sector 2 though. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Is he gonna beat out Postal for 13th and even F1 for 12th? I think he's got it beneath him. Oh, he does jump. Postal. All right, and he's right on the heels of F1, but what I am curious about is what F1's been up to. Let's just keep on board and keep looking at this guy because he's one who put in a lot of practice recently and is bound for a good result. The pace was there in practice. I could see it on the tower. If he can only get a lap in for qualifying, get out ahead and keep his lead, might be a good race for him. It's green for F1 and into 7th place, a 35-2 for him. Leapfrogs nearly half the field. And in where he belongs, in a celebration in the infield to boot. You deserve it. cool off, grab some new tires, and try again if you so choose. F1. All that practice paying off as Bearded is getting awfully familiar with someone. I can't tell who that is in the stock livery. That's Ben B right in front of the Huckster, pulling off now. Ben wasn't quite on a lap. Ben doing everything he can to stay close to Bearded in front. Getting a huge tow out of this. Into turn one, but you gotta be careful about how much you get because you don't want to miss the entry here. Going all that green stuff as Ben puts on a little drift lesson for us through three. Kept it balanced and planted. Looks like he's not too far away from Bearded, but here's where it will show as they get back onto the tri-oval after six. Excuse me, after five and into six. Ground is deep and almost double cornered hairpin there. And onto the nice carousel. P7. What beauty to just kind of rest that inside tire on. And the car gets light and balanced over it. And just a beautiful ballet. Lausitzring has always had a place in my heart. I'd be abandoning the lap. It's got to know there's only one more in it for him. No time to go back to pits. Keep on pushing as the dock is pushing. Green sector one from him. He is yeeting it, taking advantage of all the time remaining. Get back to the dock and see how this lap ends up for him. That's what happens when you play with the limit, you know. Sometimes you gotta touch a little sand to see how far you can go. Look at Doc's car, so planted out of 12. It doesn't look like it was squirrely at all. He lost a little bit of time in Sector 2, but can he at least pit Busey ahead? No, one more stab at it though. Jay Styles on the soft tires, giving that a shot. So is the Huckster, excuse me, so is Farina and Minmax. Minmax trying to break their personal best of the 135.533. Oh, as Busey does jump ahead into the 135.1. Styles not putting down their best. I wonder if they got too much heat into the tires or not enough yet. They're still going for it, so let's see. Last lap for most everybody, I think. That's right, getting to the line right now. And that'll be Ben B getting one more in as Jay looks to be held out by, I think that's Scott ahead, but maybe not held up as Jay just looks to be abandoning that lap. No improvement through Sector 1 for Jay, so that looks to be the end of it for him. Who else is on one? Riot is. Really not. Bearded's done with their lap. Is Farina. Nope, Farina has not improved in Sector 1, but is still out there pushing. Doc is still out there, but has lost out a considerable amount of time through Sectors 2, so that'll end it for them. Jay Styles comes to the line, takes the checkered, and 4th place provisionally. Let's just go through the standings. Well, we still got qualifying left to go. I don't want to rule anybody out. F1's still out there. That would say everything is still out if F1's still pushing hard. Or jump half the field. If he put another lap together, I'm sure he could put himself at the front. Ben B getting to the line. Any improvement for him? He does get Riot just at the last second. And with less than a second. That's less than a 10th to get him by. Riot's gotta be fuming over that one. The slipstream will play more of an important factor here than the difference there. FFX2 getting to it. 13th place for them. Let's go through the order before we drag anybody into Discord, into the chat room with me. Quas in P1, the only one breaking the 34 barrier, sitting on a 33.8. Huck Farrell in P2, 34 flat. Bearded, the first of the AMGs, in 3rd. Jay Styles in 4th. Ben B in 5th. Riot in 6th. Busey in 7th. I gotta say it. 1st through 6th, it looked like, before we had the drop at the front. All about within a second of each other. Everybody within the 34s, all right? Or thereabouts, with Quas being the lone wolf. So looking at it again, Busey F1, Sebastian Farina, Minmax Logic, Nathan B, FFX2, Postal, Scott, the Kerbal Kin, and Ben B. Nope, Ben B belongs up front. And then Misha looks to have joined us without setting a lap themselves. Yep, top 6 covered by a second. UJ2K called it. Yep, I'm looking for a close podium fight. As long as Quas doesn't get a breakaway, I hope some guys throw him, a little bit of shade into T1 and try to get a fight out of him. But yeah, it's also close towards the back. You're not wrong about that, Skip. Postal, Scott, Kerbal, Kin. But any mistake out of FFX2, Nathan, and the Doc Logic will force them towards the back and have to make that long recovery drive. Here at the ring, where passing will be a challenge unless you're doing it into turn 1, but be careful about how deep you go on the brakes. Let's see if we can grab Riot right now and talk to him. Was I in Discord the entire time? Oops. I am also very tired today. My goodness. Riot. Oh. Hello, Riot. How are you? Hello. Oh. Looks like we are having some technical difficulties right now. Or I can't hear Discord. Like I said, it was about time this happened to us. I'm going to have to put you back. I'm sorry. Like I said, it was about time it happened to me. It was only about time. that the technological bugs caught up with me. We had too good luck for the first couple of tries at it, folks. I'm sorry. We'll get the bugs ironed out before the next race. Quas in P1 to be expected. No offense, Quas. Huck Farrell in the beautiful San Francisco Giants liveried car, celebrating the number 8 of Mike Pence in the World Championship trophies and years stamped along the sides, going for the tree. And in the Gladiator liveried 42, that's going to be Bearded, our boy. Let's see if he can have a good, clean race this time out. Jay Styles in a stock livery. We're going to have to see some flair out of him soon. Can't have a brother like this in just an ordinary stock livery. We'll get that changed up soon enough. Back to Ben B in another stock livery. Security General 31. Labeled the 7 on the tower. Let's not get that mixed up. Riot 983 in the marble livery. Wanted to talk to him about how passionate he felt about getting passed up by Ben on the last lap there. He must have been talking about that himself. Oops, that got grabbed. Lights out and away we go. Full of the technical difficulties tonight. Everybody breaking away. Some people not quite getting the start that they expected. Whole lot of shuffling for position as Min-Max goes for it into turn 1, but deep, almost out to the grass. Chops off the nose of Ben B. Let's see what else is going on. Almost 2x2 through the backfield, in through 3, but things are just settling down. Single file for now. Back to looking at Min-Max, but there's more action behind. Doc Logic wants to take a peek at 6, goes super deep, almost running into F1. Not quite. It looked like Riot just left the door open and Doc wanted to take it. He got it. Busey around the carousel. I don't know if he was touched, pushed, or otherwise, but it's mayhem behind. A couple people getting checked up and collected in that. Min-Max having a moment, losing out to Ben B somehow, some way. It looks like turn 8. Riot on the outside, looking at turn 10. That's Doc in front, Logic. Ben B slow through 12. Not sure what happened, but we're catching up to him now. Riot making around him. Big gap behind now to FFX2, so he shouldn't lose out too much other than that. Oh, look at this big drag that Riot's got into turn 1. He's taking a peek, but not really going for it. Oh, he goes for the apex of the corner, and there's just enough room for Doc Logic on the outside to get it secured as well. A lot of action going around in front. That's Farina in F1 going at it. Farina on the inside. Turns into the outside on the entrance to the tri-oval. Can he get it on the throttle early enough? No. Now he's going to be compromised to Doc Logic. At the entrance to 6. Can Farina hold it off? No. He gets a little wag of the rear end. That car not super planted beneath him. That's got to be frustrating as he fights back. Gave it up to Doc Logic, but wants to fight it out with Riot right now. Side by side through 7 on the exit. Now it's Doc and Riot side by side on the entry. Farina's locking up the brakes, avoids the contact, and getting involved with the two fighting bulls in front. But now is back at it with Ben B, who's on his recovery drive. All this action and mayhem has done exactly what I said it would to FFX2 and Postal's race. Brought them right back in the mix. Consistency is king here. Ben B on the inside of Doc Logic. Right behind Farina, looks like. Excuse me. I got distracted by the fastest lap of Quas popping up on screen. Looks like Doc Logic again going at it with Ben B behind through turn 1. Ben B's out ahead through 2 and 3. Single file through 5. Good shout out to our boy Farina on the softs. Risky stuff. Maybe he's played some games with the setup on the inside. Doc Logic and Ben B have some contact at 6. Awfully tricky corner there. The opportunity looks to be available, but that apex closes that door quickly. And Doc goes off at 7 and is going to give it back up to Ben B for certain this time. Looking at the madness in front of that train, I don't even know how to describe everything that's going on. It's just so insane. 9 through 12, 2 seconds separating everybody right now. It's just mayhem as FFX2 and Postal swapping back and forth as he lights up the rear end at the exit of 12. And I'm talking about Postal. FFX2 out in front right now. Oh, on the inside, Postal wants to go for it. Not on the brakes yet for FFX2. Knows he had the better line. Got to the apex. Goes a little deep though. And behind, Ben B's having more involvement with passing people. Excuse me. Not quite sure what to call that. As he got through on Misha, it looks like. Ben B losing out 6 positions right now. Definitely the mostest with the lowestest. For Busey now, tied for that as he gets past MB. Oh, Busey going for another move on the inside. No, that's not going to work out for him. I think that was Misha. It was. Turning the racing line. Min-Max gaining 5 right now, keeping his nose clean. And staying out ahead of the mayhem behind. Let's get back to the intervals. I'm not calling anybody out. FFX2, no! No, FFX2 having a moment. Oh no, that looks like turn 8. And back to the back of the field for them. And that is a heartbreaker. But there is someone that looks like Busey's off in front. So maybe the two of them can keep on fighting for the remaining part of this race, as Ben won't quite give up on his battle to return to the field on the inside of Postal towards T1. Early on the brakes to make sure he doesn't run wide, gets his nose chopped off a little bit as he runs deep himself. Trying to get set up to tuck in behind and carry more speed. Good strategy out of Ben. Worst way to play that. Pushing hard, pushing fair. Ben B. Misha, look at you go in 11th place. Oh no! Postal had a big wag out of 7. Out of 6. And Ben B was there to capitalize. Quick reactions on the wheel there to avoid any bigger contact, as Riot in 7th place is trying to challenge F1 in 6th with a gain of 1 for them. Ooh, F1 is pushing hard. Those tires have to be roasted. When you look at the way that car slid around the entry of turn 10. Dragging right around towards T1. There's going to be a huge speed advantage for him. really close down the gap into T1, challenging for real estate through 2 and 3 now, forcing forcing F1 on the inside. Now let's see who's got the advantage on the back of the tri-oval though. Still side by side. It'll show at the entry to 6 what's been done. Super on the inside is F1. About 3 car lengths. 3 car widths, towards the inside. And just swapped back F1. No, almost loses it. Holy Toledo, and Farina is now challenging F1 for this position on the inside. Farina holds on. F1 wants a no contact, leaving a ton of space to avoid it. But F1's gotta be sweating as he goes deep into 10. He's gotta be sweating, but he's gotta take a deep breath. He's got the pace. He knows he's faster than the cars in front, and especially Farina on the softs as he plays the smart tactical game. He can get that position back before the end of this race. Bearded 2/10 back from Farrell. Hopefully we didn't avoid any of this. Three tenths now, but it looks awfully closer. The BMW towing that Mercedes along on the straights. I can only imagine that's what's been going on. I demand to be entertained. Bearded put on a show for us here at the ring. And if this looks like something that interests you, by the way, please make sure that you sign up. The links for all that stuff is in the description below. Make sure you get involved. And you get sweaty in your rig with us as Misha still trying to push. Wasn't 11th before, down into the 12th. But still challenging to gain back their position on the inside of 10. Wow, what a move. But can he keep held onto it at the exit of 12? They actually might. What a run out of Misha around NB. Wow, 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 what a move. Holy Toledo stayed out in front. What a combo. Set up the inside of turn 10. Went through the side-by-side of 11 and 12 and held onto it. Through turn 1, but it won't be over. I'm sure NB's going to want a piece of that back. And Doc Logic on his recovery drive. The podium fight we paid to see. That's absolutely right. If only we could drag Jay Styles into it, but hold on. We've got the Gladiator out here to entertain us as Huck made a mistake for real. On the inside of turn 10 makes the apex. Oh my goodness. Bearded totally having to work for that and leave the real estate on the inside. Wow. Way to position yourself, Farrell, there. Fighting tooth and claw to hold on to those championship points. All this fighting is gonna drag Jay back into the mix. Can he do it on pace alone, though? Jay Styles' last lap was a 34.3. Last lap ahead was a 34.8. Half second a lap. Ugh, it's gonna be close if Jay can really do it. Need some big mistakes from the boys out in front. We'll keep an eye on the action, though. Oh, you could see Jay in the background though, baby. Oh, you know he wants to see a lick of paint flying off these cars, maybe a wang or two. Allow him to gain any advantage he can possibly get. And hello to you, DeJuan. Thanks for joining us, brother. This battle rages on. Let's get on board. Oh man, look at the difference in these two vehicles. Out through 12. Points the car as straight as he can, but still gets light with the front end. Having to saw out the wheel to keep it planted. Banging on the rev limiter a little bit there. Bearded going for his personal best. Deep on the brakes. Jerking over a little bit to the racing line. Farrell not having a great time through turn 1's curbs. Over turn 3. Bearded having much easier time over these crests. His setup has to be set up that way. As we look at Farrell's car bouncing a little bit more. Lighting it up as Bearded tries to push towards Farrell. That's not helping the cause. And you've got UJ2K with the pit lane report telling us that Farina's been losing pace to Riot right now. Until if he's conserving, if the tires have fallen off, we'll keep an eye on that. I think it's a 3-second gap. Almost 4-second gap as that does widen up, and that goes back into F1's favor. Actually, let's jump back to this real quick. As you've got the eye for it. Oh, Ben B on the inside of F1. That got awfully close. F1 managing to still stay in front. For how long can he do it? Gets tucked back in. Ben wanted to go for a switchback. That doesn't exist, though. Sparks flying out from the undercarriage. It's awfully bumpy here at the ring. Gotta have your car set up high or with some decent suspension to handle it. As Ben looks left, Lee looks right, looking for the gap. On the inside of turn 1, super deep, blows through turn 1 completely and hands it back to F1, and the advantage is returned and then some. Ben B trying everything he could, like I said, look left, look right, trying to give him a shake to that tree. Postal having an off at 3, it looks like. Turns to the track and keeps going in 12th place. Ben B already catching back up to F1 right now. F1 not quite slow. I'm going to correct myself already as the words came out of my mouth. Ben B makes the move on the inside, the move he wanted to get done last lap. Couldn't get it done and had to try to force it at turn 1. I say F1 not getting, not slower, but getting slowed down by this battle. Knows that he can catch up to Farina as long as he keeps it clean. I think that's what he was doing. He's avoiding the fight. Going to the fight that he needs to be part of. That's with Farina. They're going to look back at turn 12. That's Doc Logic, Postal, and NP in front. Leading the charge, these guys only a second separating the 3 of them, and that's Misha about a second and a half in front. Ooh, as Doc goes a little deep at turn 1, but gets it collected. Maybe Postal went slow there, checked up a little more than he should have. Now Doc's right behind. Ooh, Misha went a little deep, dragging NB along. I thought there was going to be some action there, but thank goodness there wasn't. Going back to the Doc and Postal battle. Lap 13, final chance to get it done, folks. If you can get her done, GRD, as our friend Larry the Cable Guy would say, right? Oh yeah, good call. Min-Max holding on to P5. No, the commentator's curse! Damn you, UJ2K, that was all you. That was all you. I blame you. I blame you for that. Min-Max down into the 6th place. I blame you. I blame you. There's nothing else to say. Quas coming around 8 right now, getting set up. Oh Lord, getting set up to come across the line, making it through sector 3, getting a little drifty there. Tires are done, 13 laps, that'll do it for you. Punching it out of 12 right now. Not a fight to be seen, unfortunately, in the field. We got it out of their systems early. P1 for Quas, P2 for Farrell. He had to fight for his life with Bearded for that, taking 3rd place. A little champagne for the boys. Jay Styles not getting a taste. He'll be celebrating, though. That's a good 4th place for him. Right in 5th, crossing the line in the beautiful Marlboro car. Min-Max now in 6th, Farina in 7th. Good result. Ben B in 8th, F1 in 9th. Misha in 10th place. Good old result from them. Got it back. Surprised Farina was able to stay ahead of Ben B in F1. Those guys battling it out must have helped behind. Postal and FFX2 provisionally 13th and 14th if everything remains the status quo. If everything remains the status quo, and hopefully it does, there it is, FFX2 in 14th, 15th for the Kin. Busey in 16th. Had a lot of moments. I don't know what else to say there. Loss of 9. Where did Ben B end up? Wow, what a recovery drive out of Ben. Only 3 lost after all of those incidents that they were involved in. And Scott with a negative of 2. So not too crazy. The first 4 staying in the same order. Surprising to see that. Got quite a bit of time, I think. Let's see if we've got Discord fixed. We're going to grab Min-Max. It is Min-Max. Min-Max, we're going to give it a shot with you to see if Discord audio got fixed. Are you there? Nope. Doesn't seem to. Doesn't seem that I have fixed it. We're going to try one more thing. I don't know what's going on, unfortunately. I'm just gonna keep blaming Discord for this. I can't tell you. Misha made up a bunch of spots. You're absolutely right about that. 7 gained for them. Kept their nose clean the entire time. Just kept on pushing. Not only is it not going into OBS, it's not going into my headphones, which is weird. That would be the other thing, right? Or if you guys could hear it, but I couldn't hear it, that'd be one problem. But the fact that I can't hear it and you guys can't hear it, that's a whole nother issue. And I just restarted Discord to see if that would fix it, and obviously didn't. Which is weird because when I was in Discord right before the race, I was talking to people. I could hear people. So I don't know. Oh. Min-Max, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Huzzah! I'm a genius! Or I might be an idiot. Time will tell. Hell of a race, Min-Max.
It was pretty good. I had a little rough start. Apologize for the bump. Tried to hold my position. Had to slide it out on the last freaking lap. Lost the spot, but, you know, still finished strong.
And when you watch the replay, you'll know why my heart goes out to you, okay? Just know it wasn't me who did it. Just know that it wasn't me who did it to you. It was someone else, okay?
It was, huh?
My heart goes out to you. We saw that incident happen at turn 1 and how you lost out to Riot. But man, you had a hell of a drive. 4 gained on the position so far. What is your plan for race 2?
Oh, man. You know, I'm going to do the standard, start off strong, try to beat everybody off the line. I don't know if it's my gears. I don't know if my reaction speed, but
It's been
I
working.
expect to pick, at least 3 positions up and then just see if we can battle through the line. I'm really just try to keep it clean overall.
So you're not going for softs then? That's not a strategy for you?
You know, I was trying it out in practice and I was seeing how they were holding up, but honestly, the difference between the grip and the softs and the mediums around these turns is not necessarily worth the you know, how long they're going to actually hold up for the entirety of the race. So I think the safe bet is to go for mediums.
Oh,
really?
Fair enough. I can't.
Unless you think I should go dangerous and just throw on the softs and see what happens.
Well, I was gonna let you know that my boy Farina, right behind you in 7th place, actually did go for the softs, but he had some. He didn't have a great. He had to fight for it. His pace was dwindling towards the last half of the race. Struggling to keep pace ahead of the guys behind him.
Too.
So yeah, if you're struggling on the mediums, then the softs are not going to be the way to go.
I felt like the mediums were falling apart at the end of the race. Those last like 5+ laps, I'm just like struggling. And then you saw what happened on the last lap. So
yeah, and even chat is now tell him to stick with the mediums. So we're going to tell you to stick with the mediums, Min-Max. All right.
I concur.
All right, we're gonna go hop over and grab Misha, but thank you very much for your time and help me figure out the Discord issues. Is there a shout out you want to make to anybody?
Shout out to my boy Skip.
Right
I was driving in his spirit. We'll hope to see him next week.
Beautiful shout out. Thanks, brother. Talk to you soon.
All right, man. Take care.
Let's grab Misha right now. Misha. 10th place for you. Are you there?
Hi.
That's my name. Don't wear it out, baby. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Fantastic. Man, oh man. Did you know that you had a fan club here Back at the Labs?
Oh.
Apparently so, because as I was reading chat during the race, it seemed like everybody was rooting for you.
Well, I had an unfortunate start to the race. I didn't get to qualify because my cat broke through the screen window and chasing a neighbor's cat into another yard, and I had to go hunt him down.
Oh no! Oh no! So, well then, great race out of you. Were you able to practice a bit then? So you had the pace, you knew the track or anything like that, despite the cat issues?
I practiced on Monday, and then I practiced like 20 minutes before qualifying.
Before the great cat Alcatraz. We gotta
Yeah.
have a good name for that. Gosh darn it! I'll ask chat for what cat Alcatraz will be forever named as, but that's a good one.
Gosh darn it, those reminds me of that darn cat. It was a black cat too that was pawing at them through the window.
Oh goodness, just taunting them, huh?
Yeah.
That's like my dog when she's out on the balcony, just watching, the birds go by. Anytime another dog walks by and sees her, they'll taunt her. They'll taunt her, and she'll come running in like, "Dad, they're teasing me." Like, sorry, honey, we can't go outside. Yeah. So, right on. Anything else or any shout out you want to make? Like I said, 7 gained, 10th place. Heck of a race from you. You're pretty much going to be right about where you finish your race for race 2, I guess. So, any good plans?
I guess mid-pack. Just try to run a clean race.
Have you been one to make a good breakaway into T1 or no?
I don't know. That's kind of a sketchy one for me.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got the name of the incident. We're going to call it the catastrophe.
That's a good
what
one.
A name. That is a good one. That is a good one. And you sound like you've accepted that. So that's what we're going to stick with. We're going to call it the catastrophe.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you, Misha, and good luck to you into race 2. And hope you don't have another one. Good luck, brother.
Thank you.
All right. We've got everything settled. We've got the catastrophe all contained. We've got everybody that's driving on the grid, it looks like. Set up for race 2, or excuse me, I should say heat 2 of race 3. Not mistaken. We got Busey, Kerbal, Kin, FFX2, Postal, Doc Logic, and B Misha. F1, Ben, B, Farina, Min, Max, Riot, J Styles, I Bearded, Farrell, Quas, and myself, obviously not driving. 17 drivers taking the grid today at the ring. Not sure if we could have quite fit many more, but you can squeeze 30 or so on here. I think I'm actually gonna want to keep an eye on F1 for this race start. Somewhere around midfield, I feel like will be where the epicenter of the action will be going. Nope, chat screen still looks like it's going to me. Hopefully I'm catching it when I can. Oh, bets on a T1 incident 100%. We're not taking odds on that. Looks like Ben P didn't get a good snap, but F1 really did break away though. On the outside of turn 1, 4 abreast, 3 abreast, 2 by 2 now secured, as that's NB getting inversed at turn 1. Doc Logic making out ahead. Farina off at 3. That was brief. A glimpse of glory for him, back into 9th place ahead of Busey. Let's see, FFX2 down into 4th place already. Min-Max, a little bump in the rump. No, he locked up, trying to avoid the contact onto the grass, spun around. We're going to chalk that one up to more commentators cursing. I'm so sorry. That was my doing. FFX2 cut the corner a little bit too much at the carousel, and the Doc's going to make his way on the inside towards 8. There's a little bit of madness behind. Let's take a look at this as the Fast Boys make their way through the field. Riot battling it out with Bearded right now. FFX2 and Doc Logic also ahead in 3rd place, but that's Kloss and Busey right in front of Riot right now, who we're looking at. Oh, a little three-way sandwich into turn 10 through 11. You gotta go single file pretty much. Can't argue with that. Let's get a look at this four-way battle going on. FFX2 maybe trying to snap back at Doc Logic after he can get this slipstream on the inside. Takes a peek, but won't do it. That's Misha there looking at the dairy air. Squeezes ahead. FFX2 secures it. That's third place. Wowza. What a battle. Oh, and look at Farrell right behind in 8th place right now, sticking a nose in on the inside of turn 6. F1 being super cautious, leaving a ton of space, getting back to the apex, but saw Kloss sticking a nose in and backed out of it again. Tucked back in behind Farrell now, single file. Look at this train. Oh, Doc gets a little squirrely, forces, I think that's Jay Styles right in front. Yep. Oh, Huck taking advantage of that little squiggle out of Jay Styles, but he's challenging back at 8. Going through 9, side by side. Jay's not going to give up that easy. You should know that, Farrell. Through 10 and 11, side by side. We saw a lot of this before. Who's going to have it on 12? Oh, Jay lights it up on the bounce. And he's going to lose out. And there's Doc and the Kerbal Kid now. More action behind F1 and Kloss. We're going to get a look at all of this if we can. That's Jay Styles and Kloss ahead. Excuse me, and the Huckster ahead too. 2 by 2 by 2. Keep all of it together. Oh, Bearded and Farina and Riot. There's a three-way menage a trois going on into turn 1. I'm trying to catch all the action that I can, but it's coming at me non-stop like a Tommy gun, folks. Looking at Farrell, trying to make his move on Misha. Every mistake out of him, though, allowed Jay to try to gain that position back. Ooh, that's Kloss on the inside of Jay Styles. Jay trying to maintain his lead, now side by side through 9. Single file, excuse me. Tuck back in. Riot now losing out to the Gladiator of Bearded. Just absolute mayhem back here and calamity. Bearded now battling F1 on the exit of 12. Looks to have a big old run. These two Mercs are going to be equally matched. Farina losing out to Ben B. That's 12th and 13th, a couple places back now. That's Bearded into turn 1 on F1. Move secured and done. Nice and tidy. Right ahead, Jay Styles. On the outside of Kloss as Misha goes towards the grass. Everybody drives right on by, but Jay's still battling out with the Doc Logic. Giving it up. Oh no, that's a big old lunge from Kloss behind. Manages to get ahead of Doc Logic with that one. Gladiator of Bearded making his way through as well. Nope, Doc's not giving it up. He's not too happy about losing both of those. Challenging back towards turn 8. Made a peak. But didn't want to fight back right away. Right now, an F1 getting involved in their own three-way battle now. Oh, big lockup from Busey behind. Riot right in front of us now. Getting a little light there. Now fighting with Ben B as F1 and Doc Logic in front are going to get at it soon. NB has a big moment through turn 1, allowing Riot to get a big opportunity to make a move, but chooses not to. Now battling with Misha as well. Let's take a look at Quas. Oh, as we got FFX2. Oh no, who's that in front? That's Postal out in front still. A little wide there at the exit of 6. Still a second ahead of Farrell right now. Oh, Misha and Ben B side by side. That looks like turn 8. It is. NB forcing their way through. That's 9 at the entrance of 10. Holding on. There's more battling in front. Right around the outside of 11. Pushing, 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 pushing. 12. NB keeps that car planted beneath them. Oh, gotta go to another battle. This is three-way action right now. Jay cutting off the nose of Quas behind. Not letting that go 3 wide. FFX2 uses that to secure their position ahead. And Bearded now getting, a little more than involved in this. He is intertwined in this battle for second, third, and fourth. On the inside goes Quas. Super early turn in, got to the curb. FFX2 loses out 2 in 1. Just missed the entry there and had grave consequences. ONB looking at Riot on the inside. That's 8-9 now. Bearded still pushing. Let's not forget about them. Quas jumps ahead of Jay Styles for a moment at the exit of turn 12 on the front straight. Bearded is not too far away, so don't count him out at the halfway point of this race. Jay goes super deep and misses the apex of turn 1 and drags F1 along with him as F1 goes down to 8th place for now. F1 down into 12th after that deep braking point at turn 1. Must have gotten to the grass and really had another moment after that. Is Quas right now battling it out with Postal. Oh, Farrell made it past Postal a moment ago, it looks like, as now Quas wants to do the same. That's the change for the lead, it looks like. My mistake, we're not going to break away now. And Postal just has a terminal moment there at turn 1. And that's going to be it for Quas getting through, Bearded as well, and that leaves their reign untouched. Postal having a great first half of the race, and then just one mistake costing it all for them, unfortunately. Seabass Farina having to get disconnected from the race server, unfortunately. Not sure what happened there. I apologize. My tiredness catching up with me now. Looking at Jay Styles hunting down Bearded. FFX2, no, what happened to you? Losing out 5 places immediately. Looks like something happened there at turn 8. The other hairpin now, F1. Oh no, those tires are gone. Oh no. FFX2 is on the softs and looks to have just absolutely melted those tires. Could be making the move around Postal. Not putting up much of a snapback fight right away, but we'll do it later, I'm sure. Max gaining 2 positions after their last to first challenge, not intentionally, but serving it nonetheless. Oh, Postal, no! Having it off, but still ahead of FFX2 and F1 for now. Riot now sniffing the derriere of Doc Logic in 5th place. Oh, F1 and FFX2 inversing their positions, giving each other a little taste. It's not the battle in the distance behind, but quite a bit further back. Sorry if I misspoke. Yeah, Postal's on the mediums. FFX2 is the one on the softs, as well as Busey doing it again. F1 and FFX2 inversing their position. I want to look at this turn 1 entry, though. I have a feeling like Riot wants to go for it. Well, maybe not. Being patient now. 3 laps remaining. I have a feeling like Riot is gonna square this one up. He's gonna measure twice and cut once when he gets the move set up. Looking at where he's gaining time. It happened at turn 6. We just saw it there. Keeping it tucked in around turn 7. Oh, going towards the inside along this inner loop straight at turn 6. Can he hold on? He's there, has the apex, and is in front of Doc Logic, but maybe a little too soon, because the Doc's going to have a lot of slipstream and 2 more laps after this to snap back, so this is going to be where the camera's planted, folks. Oh, fastest lap going out to Huck Farrell, but Quas snapping it away immediately. 33.9 for Quas. Oh, Doc has gained that time back. Oh, but almost followed Riot into the grass at turn 1. Made his way around. Riot's right there behind though, so didn't lose out a ton of time. Didn't lose out on any time, just the position. And he already knows how to get the position back at turn 6 or do it at 8. Full options for now. Wowza, indeed. It's bound to happen when you're pushing at your absolute limit, throwing everything at it on track. You're bound to make a mistake or show a little bit of humanity. Oh, man. Oh, going for the switchback, peak left, peak right. That's all it is. But that was enough to gain some real estate and force Doc Logic to leave some track position on the outside, side by side into 10. Switchback engage from Riot. No, almost had it. Through 12 gets a little saucy. Oh my goodness, but so did Doc Logic, pushing wide. Look at these alternating lines. Where are they going to intersect? Last lap. White flag is out, folks. Oh no! Oh no! Riot blew through it. So did the Doc. What's going on? Both of them missing turn 1, it looks like. Oh no, and that's Ben B and Riot side by side through the infield. We're going to have to interview the boys to figure out what happened there. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, Ben's trying to push in, is found the limit of those tires beneath him. Oh, three-way battle. Last lap. Oh, there it is from the Huckster. No! At the exit of turn 12, lit it up, and there goes Quaz on the infield. Goes Farrell. Oh my goodness, not it yet. Checkered flag hasn't bequeathed us, so it looks like it's gonna be dropping now, though. Oh my goodness, it can't make up a 3.5 second gap, but Doc Logic can do something about 2/10. Who is that on the inside, losing positions left and right? Going slow on the inside, not quite sure who that is. Oh, NB stays out ahead in 5th place. The whole midfield has been turned upside down. NB, Doc Logic, Misha now battling it out for 5, 6, and 7. Oh, big and wide. Turn 6 from NB. Not a huge run to be gained at 7 there. Oh, Doc Logic is gonna take a peek, but that's all it was in the Camel Smooth car, but that caused NB to flinch. Allows 3, 4 cars to go through now. NB battling it out with Riot deep into turn 10. Riot engaging that switchback he's been trying to make work over and over again. Pushes on to 12. Keeps it planted now, but this is going to be a drag towards turn 1. Side by side. Oh, who's going to keep it in front? Looks like NB did. And then it's going to be Riot and then Ben B. Yep. So going through the order, it's Quas, Huck, Farrell in P2, Bearded in third, J Styles in fourth, Doc Logic in fifth, Misha in sixth, NB in seventh, Riot in eighth, Ben B in ninth, Postal in 10th, F1 in 11th, Min Max Last of First Challenge finishing in 12th, Busey in 13th, FFX2 having a roller coaster of a ride in Heat 2, down in 14th now, unfortunately. Not indicative of where they qualified. And then Kerbal-Kin in 15th, and Farina taking the DNF. Quick look at the progress to show you where the champions laid their hats and dropped their swords. 16 gained for Quas. That's from the back. Huckster tried to do it too. Lost out there at turn 12, unsure of what happened. Bearded in third, 12 gained. J Styles, Doc Logic, lot gained, lot lost, with Busey and FFX2 and the Kerbal-Kin paying the ultimate price. Good battle indeed. Great battles all around. Let's see if we can grab anybody to harass for the chat at the end here. Who is it that I wanted to talk to? It was, oh my God, it was Riot and Doc Logic. Doc Logic. Is the Doc still around? Nope, Riot's not, or Doc's not here, but the Riot's still here. Let's see if we grab them. Riot, you're back in the booth.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Hey, my brain's kind of melting right now. It's late in the night. I'm tired.
That's all good.
But what happened in turn one? That was you and the Doc Logic, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was a little bit quicker than him the whole time, but he was in front of me, and I think I braked late, and he braked a little early. It threw me off, so I just made sure I gave him the spot back fair and square. I didn't want to.
Gotcha.
I want him to stay in front of me.
Nope.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nope. Fair and square. I looked away for just a moment and then saw you off there. Wasn't sure what happened. I'm glad you handled it the way you did. You know, sometimes people are a little bit more passionate about the incident than the way you described it.
Just pixels.
Yep. Just pixels indeed.
Yeah.
But man, what a hell of a battle. And you were being, I feel like a master tactician there, trying to set that up towards the last couple of laps. You were very patient.
Yeah, we had I was waiting for a clean, good pass. It's a hard pass on. You need to wait for, something to open up or somebody to mess up. Just being a little bit better in a corner won't really do it unless you really get the drive out of it. So, it was some of the best racing I've had for a long time.
Oh wow, best racing you've had in a long time, huh?
Yeah.
And I would say even for like turn 12, right? I don't know how many times like you had turn 12 or you'd gone into turn 10 better, right? And going through the last couple chicanes, and then turn 12, you punch it, and then just a little squirrely, and you didn't have the drive in turn 1, man.
That last turn was killing me. I sort of slacked on practice this week. I only practiced about 20 minutes, so that was stupid of me. Oh. But we'll come back next week a little bit stronger.
Heck yeah. Well, good results indeed. 5 from where you were placed at the start of this Heat 2, so can't be too upset about that.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy with the results. I mean, the guys in front of me were just so fast, man. It was crazy. Like I was blown away how fast some people were.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Any other things to say or comments on before I go catch my C's?
No. Yeah, good racing. Yeah, everybody that races in this league is just fantastic, and shout out to them for the amount of like crazy courses we do and crazy cars we do and keeping it as clean as we do. Everybody's pretty awesome.
That's a great shout out indeed. For as amount of crazy courses and the variety of combos it seems you guys put out, all the drivers seem to put in a lot of time and passion into what they're doing. Even if you're only putting in 20 minutes for what it sounds like, those 20 minutes count, and I see a couple people with laps, into the 50s or into the hundreds, right? Really putting in the time and effort to make sure that they're competitive in this field, and I think the grid shows it, so absolutely.
Yeah, right on. Well, thanks for the interview.
Have a good one, brother. Take care. I mean to. Well, that's just always how it happens. Let's grab F1. F1, vroom, vroom. You're in the booth. Are you there? Hello, hello, hello. He is not. We're going to drop him back where we found him. And move on to Bearded. Bearded. How is that beard?
My man, hi. How's it going, buddy?
Good. I wanted to go with like a Rapunzel, let down your long hair type intro, but I just brain melted.
I like that. You could have went for it.
You deserve that, and I'll give it to you one of these days. Okay, we're working.
I like it.
How was Heat 2?
Oh, it was good. It was good. So first race, my tires went out at lap 10. This race, because there's a lot of pressure, my tires went out at because I was behind a lot of people, right, and a lot of pushing. My tires went out lap 8. So I overcooked turn 1. And that was kind of scary, but I was able to save it both times. But yeah, the Mercedes just didn't have the pace the BMW did this week.
And then
but
what was it?
It was good.
What was it out of turn 12? Was it just that your tires had finally given up, couldn't keep it planted anymore? Or was there an incident between you and Quas there at the end? I think there was just a lap to go.
Oh no! It was just tires. It was 100% tires. Yeah.
It just and I saw it played. We just talked to Riot about it too, and he said the same thing. He goes, "Man, it's just at the end of that stint, turn 12 just killed it. Killed everybody."
Yep. Yeah, it was a lot of pressure on the tires. But yeah, the Mercedes, the track was tailored towards the BMW. It was really fun. I drove the BMW in single player. It was really fun. It was really hard in the Mercedes. It was really hard to make a setup, but
yeah,
we got another
time
week.
consuming. I felt like I went through the same woes. I just got an early start on practice to see what the track was like, and I just spent a lot of time invested in the setup to get it beneath me. I don't know how else to describe it. Just to get the car, comfortable. So
yeah, it was tough to get the car comfortable, and then once you got the car comfortable, after about 8 to 10 laps, you're back in the same position of just trying to keep it under you.
And then since I got you here, where are we going next? And what do you think the advantages are going to be for the Merc or the Beamer?
So next week we are heading to. Let's see, where are we heading? Yes, Norisring. It's honestly, I need to drive the track first. I haven't put any laps on the track yet, so this will be a fresh track for me.
Okay, all right.
Never driven it before, so I don't know.
Like we just talked about, for all the crazy combos and cars that you guys throw at each other back at the labs. Either way, it's going to be a good show, huh?
Oh yeah, I had a really fun time racing with Jay in the second race. Jay was on me until he lost it.
Oh yeah.
I had a lot more tire fall off a lot faster, and he was catching me. I thought he was going to get me, and then I think it was lap 11 he lost it in the back side of the track. But
man,
it was a good time.
And I hope Jay doesn't take this the wrong way, but if I were to describe Jay's styles, no pun intended, it's relentless, because he's not making those cheeky little peeks at you to try to force the mistake, or he's not pushing as hard as he can behind you, trying to force the mistake, but he's there, just has to be there. And I see a lot of people just making the mistakes in front of him continuously, and I just want if I were to describe his style, I'd just say it's relentless. He's just present.
Oh yeah, he's always there. Jay's always in that rear view. Yeah, I had a really good first race with Huck. I was within 0.4 of him for 11 laps, and I just couldn't make the move on that track. It was tough, and then he eventually, after the tire fall off, he got away from me, and he raced really well today. So did Quaz. Quaz killed it as usual. But yeah, it was real fun racing today. A lot of good races.
Don't
everywhere.
mean to avoid that either, but Quas, yes, hell of a race. Don't mean to throw away the accomplishment just because you were ahead today, but good race from you.
All right.
And good race, Bearded. Thank you very much for joining me in the booth. I'm going to sign off. Any last shout outs? You got a wife, kids you want to shout out to? Girlfriend on the side? I'm just kidding.
I got the wife and 2 kids,
Oh,
They
yeah.
they let me race, and I love it.
The big adult life, right on.
Always. All right, buddy. You have a good week.
Night.
We'll see you next week.
Sure.
Oh, shout out to Thirsty Thursday tomorrow. Come out. We're doing dirt track.
Shout out to Thirsty Thursdays. You heard it. Same time, same place. Join us.
All right. I'll see ya.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us back at the labs. As you heard it, we've got Thirsty Thursdays coming up. We've got a lot of collabs coming up, and obviously the DTM, the rings are going to keep on going. If you like what you see, you know where to sign up, you know where to find us, you know how to find us, and you know where we're going to be in 1 week's time. And if you want to get feisty with the commentator, I'm sure I'll be available on Thirsty Thursdays to throw some shade at the people I talk shade about every week. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here in the commentary booth with me via the Twitch chat. I appreciate all the pit lane reporters keeping an eye out on the tire combos, the strats, and the timing towers, keeping me honest. Thank you, everybody. Good night, and as always, please stay safe.